My name is Taiwo Adebulu. I'm the head of fact check at TheCable, Nigeria's independent online newspaper. I got talking with a friend who just got married at Ikoyi Registry, and he told me about his ordeal, bribery, extortion. I later realized that other couples were facing the same thing. I knew it was a story we had to tell.
Chief of the reasons at the time was because it was the most recognized registry with respect to immigration purposes.
You have to know someone who works there. So we're giving someone's number, and then I didn't even get to fill the form myself.
The first thing I discovered was the fact that they were bypassing the online portal meant for registration. They were charging above the official rate.
We spent probably between 50 and 60,000 naira, thereabouts.
Inclusive of the registration?
Yes.
She told me 40,000, almost even saying 50,000. Then she was now saying, oh, we can negotiate. I was just in shock.
The official rate for ordinary statutory marriage was supposed to be around 15,000 naira. So if an intended couple goes to the registry and they realize that he has registered online, they tell him to register again. Those people will now go back to that online portal to register on behalf of the intended couples, and they will now take the extra amount on that particular official rate, and that becomes theirs. So it's just like a business to them.
So they tell you to buy a pen when you're going inside to sign the oath that you're swearing. There was an offering that I didn't really understand, and they made sure that every single person paid something before they gave us our certificate.
Anything you try to do at Ikoyi Registry, you have to pay. For example, you can't bring in your official photographer. So you have to pay 3,000 naira to the registry's official photographer. And if you are going to bring your own photographer, you still have to pay that 3,000 naira. And they also go to houses of applicants to conduct marriages, and they charge you extra.
For me personally, I don't see the need to pay, but I just needed to get married that day because I can't go through the stress of coming back to that registry.
There was a part of me that was really fighting the urge to pay all these monies because it felt so illegal.
Apart from the documents I now had, nothing dreamy, fairy tale-like, romantic about it. It was just very, what's the word, flat.
Someone that just wants to get married and okay fine, start my life, and you're still expecting the person to cough out unnecessary cash after paying the normal dues. You're discouraging the right thing.
I was so upset because I was just like, this was money I could have used for other things, because you know Nigerian weddings are not cheap in any way.
When you have an issue like a tainted marriage registration process, it affects the country globally.
The harm is to a collective people, to the whole of the nation. It's not just to the person who you're collecting money from.
It almost makes the institution of marriage feel artificial.
And government facilities, civic functions like this should be encouraging people who don't have any leverage or who have little leverage, but the reverse is the case.
So many Nigerians cannot afford that basic official rate of 15,000 naira. Talk less of the 30,000 naira extortion rate. And so if they cannot afford the registration rate, they cannot afford to get married.
You say the Yahoo boys, they paint Nigeria bad, they do this. What about this too? This is a corporate begging in a federal parastatal.
So if there can be so much corruption in this kind of institution, how much more any other institution, which makes me feel like I can't trust any other government institution in my country.
So I think the Ikoyi Registry needs a complete overhaul. The staff need to be reshuffled.
Let's remove all these middlemen, you know. There's a limit to what the official can do. He shouldn't be able to log in and create profiles for people who want to get married. His job is probably just to do approvals at the back end.
The government needs to strengthen the online application process, and they have to monitor that particular registration process because it has become like a money-making scheme. I would advise that Nigerians should learn how to speak up, talk to people that can project these issues so that we can have a conversation and the whole thing stops.